1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Hey everyone, welcome back to Music with Ryan. Today we're going to dive into learning a simple waltz, both melody and the rhythm, okay? So this is an original composition and it has just, it's a kind of like a beautiful piece. I tried to make it simple yet pretty. And so we've got a verse and a chorus part written up, and we're going to, again, play a very simple melody that kind of involves some Carter style and very simple flat picking elements. We're also going to take a look at the rhythm. I'm going to walk through some just very simple rhythm patterns I would do in these chord changes. And we're doing some, kind of bigger sounding chords. We're working on some D9s and some D/F sharps. So we're going to look to just, again, enhance our rhythm playing as well. We're going to start walking through the first portion of this lesson right here on YouTube. If you want to access the full length lesson, download the tabs and the audio tracks and access the sound slicer, the slowdown and looper. Click the link below to learn how. For now, let's get into it. All right, so let's throw those first few measures up on the screen here. Of course, we're in the key of G and we're in 3/4 time signature, meaning we have 3 beats to the measure, and our emphasis is largely on beat 1. So in the first measure here, we have a pickup that starts on beat 3. And let me play those first few and we'll break them down. So here we go. 1, 2. And I went on there just a little bit. One more time. 1, 2. So again, very simple melody here. Simple and pretty and nice is what we're shooting for. Has some Carter style elements and some flat picking elements kind of all combined. So again, that pickup is on beat 3 and it starts with a 0-2 hammer on the D string. So 3 and then measure 2, open G. And then we're going to strum our G chord. There's those 2 8th notes there. And I'm going to play my G like this. I'm not going to do the full G, okay, because I want that B note. And so I'm going to do more of the kind of the cowboy style G chord. I strum. And then we're going to slide to the 4th fret with our 2nd finger. Okay, see the little 2 before it's a little grace note slide, just letting us know that we're going to, just slide into the note. And then measure 3, we're going to shift back down to the 2nd fret of the G string. And it's going to be a D chord here. So we're going to pluck that note, 2nd fret of the G, and then strum. And as you see there, I've got written open D, 2nd fret, 3rd fret B, and then open E. It's almost like a D9, really, with that high E in there. Really kind of opens up the sound a little bit. And if you don't hit it, or you don't hit the low D, that's okay. A lot of times I just end up doing kind of the 2 strings, but the high E definitely gets in there a lot of the time. And I just like the way it sounds. Just opens things up. And then 0-2 on the G. And then 4th measure, we go to the 4th fret. And I'm going to slide up in there again. And then 3 on the B, back to 4 on the G, and then 5-3 pull on the B. So here's what it sounds like in context again. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And laid it on measure 5. Okay, so let's put the next 4 up on the screen. They sound like this. 2, 3. Just a little bit into measure 9. So measure 5, we're going to be landing, we came from the 5-3 pull on the B, and then we're going to land on the 5th fret of the G string, and we're going to make this C chord here. In this shape, I often refer to it as the B flat shape, because that's what it sounds like, kind of like in its native position. And I talk about these shapes a lot in my Developing Fretboard Awareness course, and so it's just a small plug for that, where we cover these shapes that we're using in this piece and others. And here we come across it. Again, it's very common. That's why I would go over it in depth in the course. But yes, we're landing on the 5th fret G and then making the C chord. So we got 5 on the G, 5 on the B, and 3 on the high E. A couple different ways you can finger this chord too. There's not just one way. But here I kind of land into it with 3rd, pinky, and 1st. So I pluck that string and then I strum. And then 2/8 notes on the 5th fret of the B. And then we land back down to the 3rd fret on the B. And then I make this other shape here. This is the G chord, often referred to as an F shape. Okay, so. And then 3/5 hammer on the B. And you can use your pinky or your 3rd finger to hammer here. And I am double stopping those 2 strings, hitting those 2 together, and then just hammering on the 5th fret of the B. And then the next measure, high E, and then I strum, and then double stops on 3 and 4, then 2 and 3, and then next measure, 2 and 1, that's a D7, then I strum the D7, you can do it down or a down up there, but and then 2, 3, and you gotta hop up and do 2, 3 on the D string. And then we'll get to the 4th fret, which ends it on measure 9. But yeah, measure 7 and 8. Easy, but a little tricky, oddly enough. So all 4 of those in context now. So 1, 2, 3, go. And I kind of just got to know, I might have hit on the downbeat of measure 8, I might have just done the whole D7 chord there as well. That works too. I'll do it one more time. 2, 3. All right, then the next few measures sound like this. We get into this beautiful chord here, this D9/F sharp here. Such a really pretty chord. We have a D chord again with the F sharps in the bass. So here's I want to show you this shape because it's important and it's very useful, okay? And you get the 3rd finger on the D string, 4th fret. That's the F sharp. And then I finger the D chord, 2 on G, 3 on B. I could just do that, and that works. But then I include the high E, and it's open. Again, kind of the D9 sound. And to me, it sounds beautiful, right? It has to be played just right to sound good. But it is such a nice sounding chord, and I use this position and shape a lot. Lot we can do inside of it. So I just wanted to if you haven't worked on this shape or played around with it much, I strongly encourage you to get familiar with it. Okay, so let me play those 4 measures. Ready, go. of repeating the A part, the first part here over again, the first phrase, or, the first sentence, if you will. We're kind of repeating that, and we'll be a little different the second half. But we landed, we came from 2, 3 on the D, and then we went to the 4th fret D, and then we just strum, and then 0, 2 hammer on the D picks us back up. So we end the first phrase, go into the second phrase. And it's open G, strum the G chord, slide to the 4th fret, and then down to 2, strum the D or D9, then 0, 2 on the G string, then slide to the 4th fret, and then 3 on the B, 4, 5, 3 pull on the B. Okay, so let's move on when you are ready.